Greetings and welcome to the Jacksonville Buzz. I'm your host, Adrienne Houghton. Now, my guest today is a motivator, a life coach, an author, a radio personality, and also she's the founder of Hopeful Handbags. And that is Cathlene Miner. Welcome, Cathlene.
Thank you so much for having me. This is awesome.
No, it's an absolute pleasure. Now, before we talk about Hopeful Handbags,
yes,
I'd really like to find out a little bit about Cathlene and your journey to this point in your life.
Okay, well, it's been a long journey because the older we get, the wiser we get, and the more we have in our journey. So, I think a lot of this started when I was a teenager. I had my little ups and downs like we all do, and I was a really good kid, but we still have our ups and downs, right? I got pregnant at a young age, got married. Then I was a single mom of two, working full-time jobs, and I say jobs because it was a full-time job and then two part-time jobs, just to make ends meet. But I was okay. I was doing it, Sure. But I started to realize that the things I was focusing on was growing, and we hear that a lot these days. But meaning the things I was focusing on, even the things that weren't that great, were growing. So so I took a step back and I started to really take thoughts of everything that I think about, and tried to start switching that around, because I knew that the way my life was going, it was okay. I had a great family. I had a lot of support, emotionally, but I didn't like where it was going, And so I started to really change that. And at that point, one of my second jobs, I was a personal trainer. So I worked at Mayo Clinic. I was a supervisor there, and then I was a personal trainer. And I started to as I was helping myself work on my self-perception, I started to do that with my clients. So, because as we all know, it doesn't matter what we look like on the outside, right? Like, it matters what we look like on the inside and feel like on the inside. Because then it radiates out. So that kind of led me on that path. But in my mind, which kind of brings us to Hopeful Handbags, I always wondered in domestic violence situations why people stay. And I wondered that because my mom grew up in a home that had domestic violence. And, it was with the children and my grandmother, and I was very young. We used to live across the street from them, and I would see some of this, even though they kept us away. I just knew that wasn't normal because my life wasn't like that. But I always wondered, why do they stay? And so as I got older, I got married. I now have 4 children, was a stay-at-home mom, we could be here all day if I tell you about all that. But
just the 4 children alone.
Right. But, I wanted to know, why did people stay? So I went and got certified so that I can go into the domestic violence shelters. And what I learned right away was there is not one reason. There are so many reasons.
Oh, really?
There are
but it's
so
a
many
pattern,
reasons.
Isn't it? It is a pattern.
Well, maybe some of the behaviors, but they're also different too. Somebody might be very controlling and keep money from the person, right? Somebody else may be physically and emotionally being beaten down every day. We could be here a lot because it's really so many. And so the handbags. So we have the handbags, and we fill these handbags. They're called once loved handbags because they're not handbags that you just want to, there's something wrong with them and you want to get rid of them. They're just ones that you've really loved, but you can get another one, or maybe you don't give this purse the love that it needs because you have other ones. You pass those on. We fill them with necessities and nice little notes and things to make women feel amazing. We donate them to the women that are getting back on their feet again due to domestic violence or other detrimental situations. So any kind of situation where a woman's getting back on their feet again, they use these to go on job interviews. It just lights them up when they look inside of them. So we're giving hope. So another thing is, it's about the handbags, but it's really too about raising awareness. Raising awareness that domestic violence is real. Other things that people go through is real, right? And what may seem little to somebody else is big to them. It's in their life. But that there's help and support at no charge all over.
Are there a lot of shelters within this area?
There absolutely are.
Really?
Yes. Well, I know shelters meaning for domestic violence.
Sure.
There's at least one in most communities. Jacksonville for sure. Yes, St. Augustine. as far as other situations too, there's other shelters as well, and they start to collaborate together, which is what's awesome.
Because getting the word out about there is help there for you is probably one of the biggest things of all.
It is, and that is really our main mission. Like I said, is bringing awareness and getting the word out that there is help. I mean, I get messages all the time. I have a phone number that I get texted on and called from people, and I make sure that they get connected with the right person at the right shelter, because at least that they have felt like they can reach out. Another thing that we always like to let people know too is that, you know, if you reach out to a shelter because you're in a situation, that doesn't mean that they're going to come get you right then, right? Because sometimes that could be really dangerous. I mean, they're not going to do that, but they'll help you come up with a safety plan.
There is something for the future.
Correct. And so you can plan your way out, not just leave, because leaving, and we have on our hopefulhandbags.org, we have a blog that somebody wrote on there as well about when somebody left and what happened, because usually that's one of the most dangerous times.
Yes, of course. Now you've got a magazine on.
I do. So we if you can pick up this month's St. Augustine Social, we have an article in here about Hopeful Handbags, which I wanted to let everybody know. Also, what Hopeful Handbags does as well is we join in events, and we also host events that bring women together to be inspired, motivated, community to come together. And people, like, if you walk in to somewhere that we've hosted, we want you to leave feeling like you can do this. You are limitless.
Yes.
You know, I mean, you can create your life. And I like to say on purpose. We are having a women's expo.
And that is when?
That is on March 5th, and it is being held in St. Augustine on San Marco. You know,
during St. Augustine Fashion Week.
During St. Augustine Fashion Week, we are part of Boutique Day, and we are on Boutique Day from 12 to 3 because that's the hours of our expo. We are going to have local women-run businesses, local nonprofits that are run by women. We are having women inspirational speakers. We are having a catered, so World Plate Eatery. We have somebody coming to decorate from Old City Occasions. It's just going to be an amazing event to inspire, and that's what we like to do. So we love to collaborate with other nonprofits as well to help them raise the awareness. And we can all, because we're stronger together, right?
Well, I've got a little something here, and this is a gently used handbag of mine that I would like to donate to Hopeful
Thank you
Handbags.
so much. This is awesome.
You're very welcome.
So much.
You are very welcome.
This will go to good use.
Good.
It will be filled. We will have pictures, and we will get this to ladies that will.
Thank you for coming in. I want you to come back and talk about domestic violence.
Yes.
And then we can, you know, and also more about the expo and how things are moving forward and events.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. And if you'd like to know more, you can go to hopefulhandbags.org. Greetings! Join me at my very own Mardi Gras fashion party on February the 22nd at Jacksonville's largest Mardi Gras festival. The event goes from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. at the Bricks at Jacksonville Beach. Get your tickets at jacksmardigras.com. Come celebrate Mardi Gras with me on Saturday, February the 22nd. And remember, dress in your favorite Mardi Gras attire and win thousands of dollars in prizes. See you there.